Let's speak now to ATM leader Vuyolwethu Zungula, and of course as we are speaking to him on the side of the screen you can see their voting continues in Parliament, and this is in the motion of course against the in fact cabinet. But let's speak now to Vuyo. Dr. Zungula, I mean, you stuck to your guns. You've been saying that you're not going to go ahead with this motion because for you as the ATM it's sub judice, and you believe that because this matter is still before the courts it should not go ahead. But we saw it falling away. What happens now?
It didn't fall away. The Speaker said she's going to refer the matter to the Programming Committee. The Programming Committee's mandate, it is to schedule when motions could be debated. It sets out the program of Parliament. Therefore, the fact that the matter has been referred to the Programming Committee, which is a mandate of deciding when a matter is debated, deciding on the program of Parliament, it means what we wanted, which is a postponement, we got. Therefore, tomorrow in that Programming Committee, we are going to move that this matter be postponed up until the court make a decision on the matter.
So let's then look at what some of the MPs have said. I mean, you heard from even Vuyolwethu Zungula saying that, they're playing cat and mouse and games with the ATM, while the ANC coming out to say that they were ready and they were hoping that this was going to go ahead. And even some of them saying that now that this matter has been struck off, there's nothing further to talk about. But do you think that the MPs really understood that this matter was only struck off on the basis of urgency and not necessarily the merits of the case?
I think the MPs were misled by the Speaker when the Speaker was saying, according to the legal advice she got, that there is no ongoing court case. That on its own was a misleading statement. That is why I had to raise a point of order to correct her by saying even the state attorney that is representing the Speaker sent us a letter yesterday, and in that letter they say because there's ongoing litigation. Now it is very worrisome that most of the members of Parliament who spoke on the matter and could not even understand the basics of law, whereas they are supposed to be lawmakers. For us as the ATM, it clearly shows that the quality of the MPs really needs to be looked upon. However, we do want to state and reiterate the matter is still before the courts. The Speaker saying today we must vote on an open ballot system, and that open ballot system is still subject to a judicial decision. That for us was the main reason why we said we can't proceed with the motion. Secondly, we can't withdraw because withdrawing has got other implications. We wanted a postponement, and a postponement is what we got.
And I'm keen to find out from you on this process of voting, because I was speaking to a political analyst earlier on the show, and I was asking him that, one of the things that, of course, you're contending here is, as you say, is the voting process, because also the virtual system in and itself is going to have to allow for somebody to say, when they call out your name, you say yes or no. But you are fighting for this matter to be held, via secret ballot. But we've seen in the past where in Parliament, where things happen that should the ANC come under attack, Mpumelelo says the ANC is going to close ranks. It doesn't matter if there are factional battles within the party. They are not going to take these into account, and they are simply going to vote together. How much of a success do you think it'll be should you be granted your petition to actually hold a secret ballot?
If that was the case, then, they would not be worried about a secret ballot coming from a party that has only 2 members in Parliament. They would long have given us. The fact that the matter of a secret ballot is taking 2 years, it has gone to a Supreme Court of Appeal, and now we're starting again with another fresh court process. It only means that the ANC are trying by all means to make sure that the secret ballot as a matter of voting does not happen in Parliament. However, what we are sure of, immediately they grant us the secret ballot, this man, this Lodata, who has failed our country by increasing unemployment, leading the country into higher crime levels, and all of the failures he is definitely going to be removed as a president of the country, and we are going to push to have a president of the country that indeed will change the things around for our people.
Dr. Zungula, I'm keen to find out, of course, you are MPs, you speak on the sidelines of the work of Parliament, but also when you have to bring a motion like this, you would have done your groundwork in order to understand exactly what the numbers could look like. As you say that, they are quite unsettled about this particular motion. I wonder, should you be granted the secret ballot, how do you see things play out in terms of the numbers, to and against?
Definitely what is going to happen is that ATM or the motion is going to attain an overwhelming support from the members of parliament, because they will be protected, they will not be victimized by their own parties, because when we engage them about the state of our country, there's one thing that we agree on, is that this person, Utato Ramaphosa, is failing, and the sooner he vacates that seat and goes back to business and enjoy whatever money that he says he has, the better for our country. Therefore, that is why we are so confident that the secret ballot is the only way that will save South Africa and make sure that things do change, turn around for the benefit of our people.
I'm keen to find out your thoughts on the current, voting in Parliament. Of course, this is a motion brought by the Democratic Alliance against, the cabinet. And of course, you have said previously, even to Vuyo, when you were speaking alongside the DA's leader, John Steenhuisen, and you were outlining really what this is going to mean as a way forward. I wonder, what are your thoughts on what we are currently witnessing in Parliament currently?
Our view was very simple, that you can't say the body is failing and you say nothing about the head. Therefore, when we are talking about Ramaphosa having to vacate office, we're including the entire cabinet, because bonke, they have failed to do their work, they have failed to change things around for the country. Therefore, our position is very simple as the ATM, is that the motion today, it must be supported. The motion on the president, it must be supported. However, if the DA was very wise and it was not in the faction of Mr. Ramaphosa, they would have supported our motion, because when you support the motion to remove the president, automatically the cabinet has to resign. And that is why we as the ATM were sticking on that principle, that if you remove Ramaphosa, you remove the entire cabinet.
As a final question, any indications of when you are going to then get the hearing you so seek from the court?
The legal advisors, legal representation from the ATM will advise us in the coming week, but definitely they anticipated either late April or latest early May. That is when the matter will be heard. But I want to re-emphasize this. The ATM's motion did not fall away. We did not, we did not withdraw. It has been postponed. It is still on the books. And Ramaphosa must go, and he must give space for another president who is going to change things for our country.
All right, that's ATM President there, Vuyolwethu Zungula, of course, reiterating there that the motion of no confidence in the president, brought by the African Transformation Movement does not fall away. It simply has now been postponed and also is now in the hands of the program committee, and we will then get a sense of what happens there, and also then that court case that they now are hoping to, make sure that that matter is heard around the secret ballot is also still ensuing. So certainly quite a lot of developments on this front, and we'll continue to monitor developments for you as we're also looking at what is happening in Parliament.